Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College. Now that I've crossed the 100,000 mile mark, what can I do but just, travel down the same road again? So I'm going to, redo some songs, and I'll link to my old videos. If the old videos are really bad, I'll probably erase them or delete them. But a lot of times the older ones are going to be better than the ones I do now. I don't know why. I was younger. But anyway, The Days of Wine and Roses by Henry Mancini. It's weird that this song is only in like the original real book. It's not in any of the new real books, at least. And it's, it's a pretty popular song. You don't hear it sung very often, but, it's a decent song. There's a good Bill Evans kind of modulation that we could put into this song. I don't know if I ever covered that, so we'll do that this time. But I'm going to keep it pretty basic, just go over the basic chords. So if you play those chords there in root position, that jump from this top note to that top note just doesn't sound good. Not to me, anyway. So I'm going to go up to a rootless voicing like this. All right? Kind of looks like a G minor 7 flat 5, but it's E flat 7 with a 9, and you can add the 11 there, or what is that? That's the 13. So okay, and here we've got, I always kind of went the other way. I would go put the weird stuff on the second chord rather than the first one. But let's follow the chart. All right. And how about do some block voicings there. So we just got D7, very basic, though you could make it a diminished, right? By making it a diminished, all you're doing is changing the root to the flat 9 and on a dominant 7th chord in a jazz tune. That's usually a good thing to do. And then we'll go back to our open voicings. And even if you're playing with a bass player, that will sound fine. You don't want to hit tons of roots, but it's okay to hit them. And then we could go, all right, and just change that to a D flat there, and you've got a B flat minor with a major 7th, because the melody is that. That's why they didn't bother to put it in the chord symbol. But if you're just reading chord symbols and you play a B flat minor 7th there, ain't gonna sound too good. And I went ahead and played the E flat 2 beats early. A little bit more of the block chord style. So mixing styles a little bit. We went thinking of D minor, but when we're on G, it would be a diminished chord, and then back to the D minor. And here, possibly like a D7th right there on that last note before going to G minor 11th. And once again, they did not write 11 there because the melody note's the 11. All right, and here I'm playing what so many jazz tutors, so many jazz teachers will say, don't play closed voicings like this. But, here's the thing. There are just no absolutes. The more influences you can draw from, the better. Sometimes a closed voicing just sounds good. If you don't like a closed voicing, just put the bass note down there. Okay, now it's an open voicing. And then we've got a C7th. When I see a descending line like that, going along the scale, I want to put in some block chords. All right, so this is using all diminished, right? So I got that diminished chord going on there, the melody note, right? And then I take that same diminished chord and the melody note there. So using that, right? So it's a George shearing thing. And then here, all right. Now I got this major 9 in there. Use it cautiously. I got the flat 9 in there. Use that even more cautiously. We could do the same thing here. You could really just stay on D minor there. Or 2. And then, all right, little chordal voicings here. That takes us to the G7 pretty nicely. And then, where'd I come up with that? Well, I was just working on Dreamsville, by another song by Henry Mancini, and I heard him play that chord where it says G7 or it says D flat 7 or something there, but he played kind of like a, there's no 7 in it, but it still functions okay. So let's try that. So we got A minor, and then, all right, now this is the same thing, going up the scale. This is called block voicings, locked hands style, George shearing style. I don't know what other names of it, but, as you go up the scale, every other note is going to be like a diminished chord, right? Then when you're on a chord tone, you're back to the regular chord. And then what you can do is you drop down, instead of playing octaves like this, right, when filling it in with chords, you kind of, what you're supposed to do is take this note out and drop it down to there, and they call it drop 2. But you don't even have to do that. You can just you can do it like that if you want to. It's cooler this way. But it's okay to double it. You might maybe change that to A dominant 7th there just to get to the D minor. Then here's our diminished chord. And then, all right, I probably don't want that closed voicing way up there. I'll probably do something like, or maybe, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Notice how I don't prepare shit for these videos. Sometimes I do. So I want to go. Right. And what am I missing there? That note. And then chordal voicing. I just added the 11 with my thumb. All right, and so I kind of Yeah, I was thinking D minor there, but that's an off note, right? It's not part of the chord. It's in between there, so diminished. Hit the C first, but don't hit it that way because that's the melody note. So. You can almost think D minor through that measure. All right. We hit the B minor 7 flat 5. Even without the flat 5, it sounds pretty good. All right. Put it in there. And then go to E if you want. I don't know how I'd handle that. There we go. So, B minor 7 flat 5. All right. Keep forgetting to play that F. And then I'll hit the E7, then the B flat. And then I'll start my, tritone substitution, sort of. D minor, and then A flat. G minor 7. And hit like an 11th chord here. Or just a suspended chord probably be better. Then you can hit the melody note. Okay, those are called surprise endings or deceptive cadence. 2, 5, 2, 5. And usually resolving. All right, I talked about a Bill Evans thing. So just real quickly. Forgot what key I was in. Anyway, what you do there on the last line of the first section, All right. So you get G minor, go up by a minor third. Maybe that has something to do with John Coltrane, I don't know. And then play the song in A flat. Then how do you get back? Just go back to G minor, end on A flat, just go down a half step, 2, 5, 1. Another thing maybe you could do is not go back and then play the first part of the song in A flat. And then when you get that, go up another minor third. Then you're in B. All right, and then if you went up another minor third, you'd be in D. And then if you went up another minor third, you'd be back in F. So, hey, you can have a little fun with this song. That's it. See you on the next one.